It's news time. Information is power. Be current. The news headline. Festus Ogun's Biafra, Yoruba Nation. Why Buhari subdued Nnamdi Kanu. Sunday Igboho. A legal practitioner, Festus Ogün, has lambasted President Muhammadu Buhari for ordering Nigeria security units to subdue Biafra and Yoruba Nation agitators Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igboho. In an interview with the human rights activist, he accused Buhari of looking elsewhere due to his administration's failure in security and combating terrorism. On the secessionist incarceration vis-a-vis the activities of the killer herdsmen, bandits and terrorists, Ogün called the actions of federal authorities glaringly embarrassing. The principal partner of Festus Ogün Legal said the president's 101 paragraph October 4 speech addressed Kanu Igboho matter with less mention of insurgents and terror groups. One would expect that given the length at which the president went in addressing the unjust and indiscriminate clampdown on Igboho and Kanu, he would extend his strong words on the criminal activities of terror groups holding the peace of our country to ransom. I find it very disturbing, condemnable, and suspicious. Would the president's smoothness validate the fears that he is sympathetic towards terrorists, or was it a sheer costly omission? Many Nigerians will be tempted to pitch towards the former as a result of the deep love and affection that the president has shown towards Fulani herdsmen and terrorists in words and actions over the years. I think this is a dangerous path that would compound whatever is left of our tottering structure as a country, Ogün warned. Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, has been at the custody of the Department of State Services in Abuja. At the Radio Biafra's founders trial at the Federal High Court in Abuja will resume this month. Justice Binta Iyanko had turned down Kanu's legal application for his transfer to Kuje prison. A security source informed Daily Post that Kanu's foot soldiers, the Eastern Security Network in particular, are on standby to breach any correctional center the government keeps him. The Nigerian government, after repatriating Kanu in June days, and also Igboho, which his new name is Sunday Adeyemo, who was stopped at the Kadijon airport in Cotonou in July before his planned trip to Europe, still at the Benin prison as at now, have been in detention. Therefore, Festus Ogün is of the opinion that Buhari has not done well in terms of not paying more attention on those that are causing terrorism in the country, who are the Fulani herdsmen, bandits and terrorists, but focusing on self-agitators that are guided by the Constitution. And this is why the Human Rights Association of Nigeria are also against the methods of which President Muhammadu Buhari is handling matters like this. Immediately after swearing in of President Buhari, who took more than 6 months to constitute his cabinet, and sadly, the cabinet ministers are mostly opportunistic, cash-guzzling politicians with zero commitment to Nigeria's national economic revolution and advancement. The Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria actually said that Nigeria has continued to meander the path befitting failed, weak and juvenile states, a state that had very great prospects. They averred that it was disturbing to note that while Nigeria is the third most terrorized country in the world, next to Afghanistan and Iraq, the Buhari-led government actions are centered on cows in such a way that cows are more secure in Nigeria than Nigerians, just as the others are armed to the teeth to the knowledge of government authorities. Also, the Human Rights Writers Association revealed that Nigeria's public debt stock, which has reached $84 billion, with debt service costs gulping about 80% of entire government revenue. Nigeria's external debt increased by 107.4% from $12.6 billion in 2015 to $27.4 billion by the end of 2019. Furthermore, the rights group expressed worries that between March and June 2020, a total of $10.26 billion new debt was approved by the National Assembly, while other approvals for more loans were also given this 2021. Of the 4 administrations who have led Nigeria since our return to democracy in 1999, the current administration holds the worst records in terms of economic growth. Olusegun Obasanjo regime from 1999 to 2007 has had an average growth of 6.9%. His immediate successor, Umaru Yar'Adua, did even better in his 2 years with an average growth rate of 7.6%, while Goodluck Jonathan delivered 5% growth rate in his 6-year term as president that ended in 2015. The group added. Relatedly, Human Rights Writers Association also used the occasion of the 61st independence celebration of Nigeria to call for cessation of conflicts and attacks in the southeast of Nigeria so dialogue can be embraced. The Human Rights Writers Association further called on indigenous people of Biafra to strictly enforce the suspension of the Monday sit-at-home order, as well as the United Nations for intervention and the release of Kanu. And these were the words of the Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria, that the Independence Day celebration was just a charade and that the Buhari-led administration needs to release Nnamdi Kanu, where they say that the country is actually failed already, and the ineptitude, incompetence, and insensitive high-handedness, and also the nepotism by the Buhari-led administration of the country has led us all into disaster and woes. The group also said that that good governance has actually been abandoned, and that Nigerians are now suffering from conflict and terrorism in the country, saying that President Muhammadu Buhari is actually falling into this kind of mess because of the kind of people he surrounded himself with, such as Garba Shehu, who is the presidential aide, and also that all the other people who are just not telling President Muhammadu Buhari the truth just because of their selfish and pedestrian interests. The Human Rights Writers Association also challenged President Muhammadu Buhari to initiate concrete, genuine, and deep national reconciliation and dialogue, and not to go after people that are clamoring for their right to self-determination. In a statement signed by National Coordinator Comrade Emmanuel Onwubiko, Human Rights Writers Association carpeted the nation's political class for their alleged collective and classical lack of leadership acumen. The experience of Nigerians since 2015 has actually been impressive. And before then, Nigeria was the third fastest growing economy in the world, next to China and India, with a growth rate of close to 7%, but the economy contracted immediately after swearing in of President Muhammadu Buhari took more than 6 months to constitute his cabinet. Therefore, the human rights writers of Nigeria had actually said that the state of Nigeria now is disturbing because it is now the third most terrorized country in the world, next to Afghanistan and Iraq, and that the only thing that the Buhari-led administration is doing is centered on cows, and that Nigerians, just as others, are armed to the teeth to the knowledge of the government authorities, and that the past government had actually recorded a good growth in the economy than the present President Muhammadu Buhari's regime, saying that there is need for the indigenous people of IPOB to continue with the agitations to secure the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Thanks for listening.